When I feel like I'm happy and I'm free and I'm playing, that's when I feel at my best.
Pulisic one-on-one with Ederson.
As much as pressure as we put on ourselves, as much as we want to win, of course.
Nice thing for Pulisic. Oh, what a save.
You have to remind yourself it's just a game. You have to smile and you gotta play.
My name's Damien Hughes. I'm a professor of organisational psychology, a high-performance consultant and an author. With unprecedented access to the Chelsea squad in partnership with Rexona, we're going to find out exactly what enables them to maintain focus and determination to reach the pinnacle of their sport. First up is Christian Pulisic. Despite only being 22 years old, he is already an American superstar. How does the weight of a nation on his shoulders affect him? And what motivates him to strive to be the best?
Here's Pulisic, can he get the shot off? Oh, can he just?
Can I take you back to the States where you were growing up? In a country like that, there's lots of competing sports. What was it that attracted you to playing football?
Yeah, so both my parents played the game, so that was a big factor, of course. My dad played professionally, my mom played at a high level as well. So that was just always kind of the sport that I kept coming back to, but I just loved it the most, so it just became the sport I wanted to play.
A Chelsea debut for Christian Pulisic. Just 20 years of age, the most expensive American.
I remember one teacher in my school asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I want to be a professional soccer player, footballer. And I just remember him telling me, you know, you realize that the chances of you doing that are extremely slim. You need to actually do something else. And I said, all right, you can say that. We'll see you one day. So I've always wanted to see him again.
Have you ever been back to tell him?
I haven't. I've lost touch, but I hope he's seen it at least.
In for Pulisic, controlled it on his chest. Can he get the shot off? Yes. Oh, of course he can.
And what was it in particular that you loved about football?
I think it was just the creativity of the game, and just I felt so free when I was playing and felt so happy. The hat-trick game against Burnley comes to mind.
Pulisic. Squeezed it in, that's brilliant!
You know, once you score one goal, you're feeling really confident. Another one goes in, and then at that point, it's just things are rolling, and you're just having fun, really.
Ball still in there. Pulisic! Hat-trick!
And then everything was just flowing, and everything went my way that day.
What an evening for Christian Pulisic!
The bit in your career arc that really fascinated me was to make that move from going to a different continent at the age of 15. They often say that motivation comes from having a really clear why we want to do anything. So what was your big why of wanting to do that? Yeah,
I wanted to be a professional football player in Europe. It was pretty simple. That was my dream. Something that just drove me the whole time. And when I first went over there, nothing was guaranteed to me. I wasn't going straight to the first team. I needed to work my way up, and I knew what a sacrifice it would be because I was leaving my family. I was leaving everything. It wasn't easy for me. I had to jump right into it. I remember there were days where I went to school, come back, had a quick lunch, had to go straight to a German lesson for an hour and a half, straight to training, had to eat dinner and go to bed. It was that late, and then I was doing the same thing every day for a year, and it was very tough, but in the end, that's what drove me every day, was I wanted to be on that first team, and I was thankful I got that opportunity.
How did you start to cope with the weight of expectation, an American doing well in Europe?
Just jumping into the first team as a 17-year-old in Dortmund, when that team had, recently was in the Champions League final. It was an incredible team, and I was trying to break my way in there. So I feel like I almost didn't have many expectations there because it was kind of like, oh, there's this young kid. I mean, no one's expecting me to do anything really, and that was a great thing. And I think then going back to national team, where maybe I was the guy who was expected to do more and that bigger name, I thought back to Dortmund and said, like, I'm playing with these guys, I can play at such a high level, I mean, why can't I come do it here? And that was something that always made things easier for me.
So confidence came from the evidence that you could do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Now you're at an elite level, what percentage of performance at elite level is down to physical attributes, and how much of it is down to those mental attributes like emotional control and regulation and things like that?
I mean, I would argue that even the mental side of things is slightly more. I think people don't realize what it takes to to make it at the highest level. I've seen it over the years of plenty of players who are just so talented, and and maybe they don't have that drive, that something within them that other players do have, and that can be what it takes to make it, really.
So what if you had to give me a percentage then?
Percentage?
What would you say?
Oof. I'll go with like a 55% mental.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's the tougher side of things, yeah. One technique that I think is useful is kind of using like a couple key words or key phrases that when things maybe aren't going the best or something goes against you quickly, you kind of say these 1 or 2 words that might help you, something to just reset you and think, you know what, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be thinking about that again, and now I'm back to where I was. I'm going to get the next one.
The physicality in terms of the training that you do, Christian, is obviously pretty demanding. There must be days where you could do without it, where you're sore, you're tired, maybe you're feeling a little bit demotivated. How do you handle those days?
It's not easy, of course. I think we're very lucky, you know, with the life we live, and playing football for a living is truly incredible. So, I mean, I feel extremely lucky. So when those days come around, I kind of just think of it like that. Like, you know what, there's worse things you could be doing.
So in those dark moments where you're too far in to go back and you're not far enough to see the end, how do you get through those moments?
I think to a couple hours in the future when I'm going to be sitting up, putting my feet up on that sofa and relaxing. And I think a lot of people can really think like that and take that, because it's all going to pay off. There's a reason you're doing what we're doing in these drills or whatever it is that's tough. And yeah, just that feeling that times are going to get better and you're going to have that time to relax. You're going to do it, and I think that's a good way to think of things.
Away from the defenders, Christian Pulisic.
But any particular tips that you'd give for people again that might be listening to this that are having tough times?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just about having a good support system, and it's making sure that in those tough days that you have people that are around you that motivate you. You have a good circle of friends and just a support system that is going to drive you and motivate you to keep doing things. So I've kept a very small circle of friends, I would say, that really motivate me and push me, and my family as well, and that's really all I need.
Tammy Abraham, onside, tapping! Into Alonso!
What is it that physical movement gives you? How does it make you feel? What are the benefits of it?
I mean, it always just makes me feel happier. It makes me feel, I think the best way you can start your day, a lot of people, you know, say is getting some exercise, going and moving around, and I just think it brings so much more joy to your day, and just allows you to feel much more relaxed throughout the day and like you've accomplished something.
So final question then, Christian, what advice would you give to a young teenage Christian starting out?
I would definitely just tell him that times are going to get better. Continue to stay on the right path, because I mean I wouldn't change for the world where I am today, really. There's a reason why you're doing all this, and it's gonna pay off.
From my conversation with Christian, I've noticed 3 key takeaways that he uses to keep pushing himself mentally, even in those toughest moments. The first is having a reason why you want to do something. We heard Christian talk about wanting to prove his first teacher wrong and make that move to Euro. He kept that reason why in his mind throughout his early days. The next is confidence comes from evidence. When he's struggling, Christian reminds himself about those moments when he's been successful. Finally, Christian surrounds himself with a positive support group. As he says, having a good team around you is essential to helping you achieve your personal goals. So see you for the next episode of Unstoppable.